Hello, everyone. Well, I wanted to make a little Facebook video, just try to, a little short one. Um, I know some of my writing is a little lengthy and laborious. I think this way I could abbreviate it. And anyway, I'd like to thank all of you for the birthday wishes last July. I'm not often on Facebook. It's a little overwhelming for me personally. There's so much to take in, and I'm actually quite impressionable by other people, so I really have to kind of limit how much contact I have with people, social media or otherwise. So anyway, consequently, I spend a lot of time by myself, and but every now and then I feel a little something I should share, and just to honor myself, I'm going to do that. And this is in light of what really got me thinking was the up-and-coming pandemic. I'm sure some of you have heard the scuttlebutt that we're supposed to have a pandemic starting this October. And you have your mask ready, you got your, get up to date with all your shots and everything. And, and just in time for the election. Just kind of maybe we could have a repeat of 2020, when everyone was locked down and compliant and for the greater good and everything else. But, if you're a little like me, you might be wondering, what they said happened last time? It really didn't quite happen that way, did it? Yeah, the whole, all the stories about how it actually started and who funded it. Turns out it was you and me. We funded that. Yep. And it kind of came back full circle. So, and wrecked hundreds of millions of lives. God knows how much public wounding occurred from that. But it did kind of wake us up a little bit. And I think it did. I think it got people thinking. It certainly got me thinking. And of course, it made me angry for a long time. I'm sure you went through your little bit of rage yourself over how some unelected group of people decided to wreck the world and your life along with it. And it is upsetting. It is upsetting. I mean, we all have our intentions and plans, and when they get interrupted like that, unannounced like that, we don't like it, But it happened, and, here we are. Now, I kind of think there's some lessons to be learned here. And I'm going to tell you what I learned from it, and maybe you've learned some things too. First of all, I learned the extent to which I idealized other people, and I sort of disempowered myself. For instance, I trusted news organizations to tell me the truth. I just kind of assumed that they would. That's their business, right? Telling you the truth, And instead of doing a little self-inquiry about that, and how much is what they're saying actually makes sense, and how much of this is being paid for by interested parties, and so I started to reclaim some of that power. I started to question a lot more than I ever had, and it made me very interested in my community, actually, my impact on my community. And I also idealized protection. I think, the more a society becomes sophisticated and industrialized and so on, we kind of farm some of those things out, Maybe we lose some of our self-protective instincts. And you think that the laws are going to protect you, or you think that the police or the military are going to protect you. But no, you really have to have some self-protective instinct. So I started to reclaim those too. And leadership. Not idealizing political leaders, for example. And became my own king. in my own being, and realizing that a true king is a sacrificial king and serves people, you know. Not to destroy himself, but, you know, just this is kind of what I've come to. And that's what we expected of our leaders, you know. But I think these idealizations that we've projected onto them, by doing that, it's a way of declaring bankruptcy, like a personal bankruptcy. That I can't do this for myself, so I guess you have to do it. I just have to trust you to do everything that I could do for myself, and relinquish all these functions that I could do for myself. What's another one? Is there any other ones? Probably. But I think you get the idea that for many years, behind all the smoke screen of idealization, the projection, the optics that were always presented to us, were suddenly shattered. And we saw firsthand how little these people that we trusted actually care about us. And they didn't really have the capacity to do that. If you think about it, think about a cult leader, for example, okay? A person who accepts the projections of others, all right? That's a cult leader, essentially. And of people who have declared bankruptcy within themselves and have relinquished their being to another. And such a person who would accept that, instead of teaching those people that, no, you are empowered, you do have your own power. Instead of doing that, he accepts these things. And because it is complicit in their own degradation, he's corrupt or she's corrupt. By definition, it's corruption. Just accepting that. And this is going on wholesale. This is... In all these strata of politics, this has occurred. And this virus kind of brought all that out. I mean, Donald Trump kind of brought it out too. I mean, he wasn't of that stripe. He's not a perfect man. And I don't think he would even say that. Or maybe he would say that. I don't know. He's a little egotistical. But... and this is not I'm not campaigning for Trump or anything right now, although I might. Should I say that in public? I don't know. I don't like a lot of other people right now. Yeah, I actually just want someone who'll tell me the truth right now. Okay, this is kind of a crappy situation that we currently have, and we're not going to get out of it by being complicit anymore. And I think this upcoming scheduled pandemic is a nice opportunity to either agree with the steadily encroaching tyranny or voice your opinion by not wearing the prescribed accoutrements on your face. And not voluntarily get yourself jabbed again and again and again. And none of that's been really proved effective, you know. We all hoped it would, but no, we're stuck with this now. And I think this is kind of like God's way of giving us a second chance. I really think that. And I'm not talking in terms of politics. I just mean within ourselves. Are you going to now that you know how destructive demonstrably destructive the authorities have been, okay, and how negligent they have been again and again and again. First with, well, not first, but okay, with the whole pandemic thing, with the train derailment in Ohio, with the fires that are, that burned Maui. I mean, the lack of concern and response with all the I think 7 million people that have come across the border, just kind of looking the other way, people not doing what they're being paid to do. Are you just going to capitulate and say, yeah, okay, whatever, just keep giving me my money, don't touch my money, don't touch my pension, whatever it is that you're being scared of losing? They're going to take it from you anyway. It doesn't matter. This is all about control. They'll delete the monetary system and start again. That's what they want to do anyway. So, with the whole digital currency crap, they've already screwed the system so bad. Let's just erase it and start new. And we'll definitely be in control of that. So, yeah, you just want to just kind of roll over and be complicit, or reclaim some of your self-respect. This is your opportunity to do that, to confront your personal fear of loss, your fear of being slightly inconvenienced. It's like the compared to your grandparents and great-grandparents, this is a cakewalk. Okay, this is like nothing compared to what those people endured. World wars, depression. Can you imagine being shot at every day? My God. Or worried about starving to death, your family starving to death. A lot of you people have no fear of that at all, and yet you'll roll over for this. And there's just a lot of power to reclaim, okay? And I think it's a good idea to reclaim what you can, and demonstrably show that. Because look, if you recognized what kind of people are actually running this mindless machine, they're just a bunch of bureaucrats. They're just a bunch of bureaucrats, mindless bureaucrats, trying to keep their jobs. They don't have anything useful to give the world. They're good at ass kissing, brown nosing, sneaking around, manipulating, conniving constantly with each other. This is the world they live in, okay? Do you want that world for you? Is that what you want? Because if we don't start saying no to this crap, that's the world we're going to have. We're going to have a world of backstabbers and brown nosers, and that's in someone with integrity. You know what you're going to do with them? You're going to nail them on a freaking cross, I guarantee, because that's what happened last time. Maybe I should not talk so much. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. And I feel like if I don't say it, it's going to cost me a lot. And I think if you don't start saying things, it's going to cost you a lot too. And you might lose a few friends. But when people are afraid, they're not really themselves. There's still a lot of people who are afraid, believe it or not. I mean, there's a lot of people who are still kind of buying into it. They're on the edge, and they just need a little push toward a little self-respect, okay? And I would like to encourage everyone to try and do that for yourselves, for your neighbors, to say, hey, look, let's not do this again, okay? Let's not be complicit. Let's not give the stupid bureaucrats another reason to oppress us. I don't want to participate in my own oppression. Okay, that's how I look at this. I don't want to participate in my own oppression. thank you very much. If you want to kill me for it, go ahead. Because I don't want to live in the world you're making for us. So that's how I feel, okay, about that. And it is how I feel. I will do it to the death. I don't care. I'm not going to be gradually subjugated by this blob of control. Okay, it's not happening for this one. So at least I know what they're doing. And that's the first step, you know, just being conscious. Just being conscious of what they're doing. All right? This is all being like monitored all the time. This very thing I'm doing right now is now monitored. Now I'm on some list someplace. And they're going to be watching me now. They're going to see if people are liking. Don't like this video, for God's sake. Don't like it. Unless you want to be a target too. Okay, unless you got the stones for that. Don't put a comment in. Don't like this. The fact that you watched it this long might implicate you. Okay, might get a visit to your house by the IRS or something. I don't know. I'm anticipating some feedback from this. I don't know. Or some blowback. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not that important, so I don't think they're going to care that much about me. But I'm just somebody who just doesn't, just kind of sees what they're doing. I already know. I know what these kinds of people are. I understand them. I used to work in that capacity, so I know how they think, you know. And they're a bunch of scaredy cats. They are more afraid of each other. In these systems that are operating, they're terrified of each other. Even they are ready. At the least resistance from us, they will scatter like cockroaches. Okay, and so anyway, I think just for God's sake, stand up for yourselves. That's all I got to say. God bless you.